Hello, hello, hello. So, what you actually want in 2026? What you actually want in 2026? It's December. The new year is coming around. I'm Viv, the life strategist, helping busy driven people go from chaos to clarity so you can enjoy life more. And what better time to get clear than now? Because the new year starts almost now in December. You got to prepare to get clear, to really set the new year right. And it's a new year with a new opportunity for clear goals and amazing results. But in order to achieve those, the first thing you need to do is figure out what you really want. And so today's training is going to be a little short training about the 5 life domains and kind of giving you more depth and breadth in terms of setting your goals and figuring out what's really important to you. So I've told this story before, but it was like, geez, I don't know, maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. I keep adding a year every month I tell this story. No, I think it was like 7, 8 years ago. I was the first time that, I came across these like goal setting concepts and whatever. I think I was reading Tony Robbins' Awaken the Giant. And then also I was listening to, I can't even remember who online, and they were talking about these goals. And anyways, it was a lot of content, and I finally did it. I wrote down like what I really wanted. I set some goals, and I put it in a journal, and then I folded the paper and I put it away, and that was it. And I never saw that again. But I don't recommend you do that. I do recommend you revisit and you track, et cetera, et cetera. I have to say that just doing that, like I had set some pretty lofty goals and I put like timelines and they were very specific and all that. And even though I never looked at them again, I actually achieved more than half of them within the 5 years, which was like the time limit that I had set. And they were like really like amazing goals, like, find my husband and have a baby, and like with my business I had a few, with my health, etc. And so, because I never went back to them, I kind of lost some of the granularity, so didn't get all of everything 100%, but I really got the bulk, the major thing. So while this isn't the end all and be all of the exercise or what you need to do, the first step really in identifying what you want and actually just writing it down physically on paper, I recommend. Even though I know I have my digital fans, my husband's one of them, just everything on the computer, and I get it. But when you write it, if you can write it, it actually helps it go deeper into the brain, so you remember it more. So if you forget to check it back and look at it, then you're still going to be way better off than anything, because you will have remembered it because you wrote it down. So just briefly, I was talking about this concept of the 5 domains, life domains, right? And I learned this concept, like many people have talked about this concept, but I learned these 5 life domain concept from a mentor of mine, Josh Allen Hall, the founder and CEO of Purpose Driven Productivity Co. Love him. And so we talk about the spiritual life domain. That's the first. So when you think about what you want out of life, and also you need to think about why it matters to you, that's extremely important. It helps to kind of like analyze it sometimes segment by segment, if you will, by looking at the different life domains, because sometimes our thinking can be too narrow or our thinking can be too broad, and the more specific we can make it, the more we can kind of like jog our mind into working, right? The better that is. So the 5 domains, very briefly, are the spiritual, the familial, family, the physical, so your body, your health, etc., the social, friends, community, and of course the financial, work, career. Gotta take care of business to take care of life, right? So what you can do is, just get like a piece of paper and well, actually, if you want me to give you, I do have a handout for this. You just send me a message and I'll make sure you get that handout. But you can just get a piece of paper and just write down the spiritual life domain, right? And start to think about, what do I want in this domain? So what does spiritual really mean? I start with this one because it's kind of the hardest for a lot of people, especially depending on your age, because now this is not a rule, but we tend to become more spiritual the older we get. Even those of us that are not spiritual sometimes do become spiritual later. And what do I mean by spiritual? I don't necessarily mean religious, although that can be a part of it for sure, or it can be that. But it's, for what I mean by spiritual, is this extra element of our soul, of our nature as humans. We are deeply soulful creatures, and there's something that happens when you do work that is related to your spirit. What I mean by that is when you do work of like contribution or giving or creativity, connecting with yourself, connecting to a higher purpose, or more ubiquitous connecting with others, like as one entity, so to speak. These are different kind of like forms and shapes of spirituality. And of course, it's not an exhaustive list. There may be more. And I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear how you connect to your spirituality. Or if you don't, you might be like, that's not me. But maybe on a micro scale, maybe it could be just like personal development, self-development. And that is that realm that you would put under spirituality. So in that bucket, what do you want? What do you want? And why do you want it? Right? Like, so let's say it's, I want to get more in touch with myself, right? I want to get more in touch with myself. I want to connect with my deeper purpose and feel like my life is meaningful. Well, why? Right? And this can be, this question can sometimes give you pause, like, and that's okay. It's time to think, right? So this, by the way, this exercise is meant to be a bit of a longer exercise. So I would put at least 10 minutes. You could spend 1 hour easily, right? So you decide how much time you want to devote to it, but definitely do it. So how much, I'm losing myself now. So being connected to myself. So why is that important, right? So why? Well, maybe because I want to be happier, because I feel that would be a road to happiness for me. I feel unfulfilled, and I feel like if I was more connected to my being and what I really want, more aligned, and I develop myself that way, then I'll be more fulfilled, because that will connect me to a deeper intuition of what is right for me and what I truly want, rather than what everybody else is telling me to do. So the next, write the second one, family, right? Maybe you have a family, children, partner, pets, or extended family, or what have you. So what do you want in that domain? So maybe you feel like you don't have a family, you don't have connection, and that is something that you want to build or develop, right? Or maybe you have that family, kids, or a baby, and perhaps a partner, and it's not where you want it to be. Maybe your relationship with your significant other is like just kind of getting by, but lacks that deep passion and zest. Or maybe it's maybe there's fighting and conflict, and you love each other, or you at least want to stay together, but you don't see a way, right? Or maybe you want to spend more time with the kids, but you're just like working too much and you're too busy and you're feeling guilty, right? So what do you want, right? You want more quality time, you want more connection, you want a different level of relationship. And why? Why do you want it? You know, want to be a better parent, want to be more happy, and whatever you feel is the vehicle for that. So write down what and why. Now, moving along to physical. This is a really important one as well, because our body, we need our physical strength, our health, right? And I feel you if you are in a place where you don't feel good about your body. And I'm not talking about aesthetically what you look like. I'm talking about like you don't have energy, or you feel sick, or you have some chronic condition, or you know, it's just like you're not getting enough sleep and you're constantly exhausted, something like that, right? I feel for you because I've been there. And so what would be a goal that you want to do? Like maybe I want to work on my body, I want to work on my sleep, or I want to work on my health, and I want to achieve XYZ. Be specific. Why is that important to you? Maybe because you want more energy and more vitality to spend time with your family, or to really give your all in your business, or to make a meaningful contribution in the world, right? Next, social, right? Social. So this can be less or more important depending on where you are in your life and what's going on. But it is always important to have that larger context of connection, that community around you. And so are you filled with too many friends and too much connection, and you need to learn how to say no because you have to focus on some things right now? Maybe it's your family, maybe it's yourself, maybe it's your business. Or are you lacking connection? And maybe you have a lot of friends and family, but like you're actually lacking the connection, right? Or maybe you're lacking a bigger community and you want to plug into more like-minded individuals, right? So think about that, write it down. And of course, why? What will this give you? What do you think it will give you? What do you want it to give you? What's your deeper purpose? Okay, write it down. And then financial, right? So this is career, purpose, and of course finance, right? We need money to survive, to live. And you know, it's funny, I think it was Dean and Tony that say, like, or was it Scott Harris who said, whoever said money can't buy you happiness didn't know how to spend it, or something like that. And while it's true, you definitely need other things besides money to make you happy. Money can be very important in relieving stress if you don't have enough of it, like having that security, that safety, that's very important. And also, if you have more of it, you can do a lot of good things with that. You can use it towards contribution. And I'm not just talking about donating, but like, you know, developing things like businesses or tools or resources for people or whatever. The sky's the limit, right? They say money magnifies. So if you have good intentions and a good spirit, then you will magnify that. So what are your financial intentions, or what do you want in this respect? And maybe you're happy with your financial situation, but maybe you just need to organize it better, or maybe you want to be less tight about it. Right? I've had clients like that before too, who are like unnecessarily stressing when they have a ton of money, and they're just like unnecessarily stressing about it. How do you want to change perhaps your mindset around money? So that's another thing. So write that down, and then why? Why do you want that, right? So yeah, take the time to invest in your clarity and your purpose, in your peace of mind, because the clearer you are, the freer you feel. So take the time to do this little exercise. And if you want to feel clear and focused and really aligned with your purpose for the new year, I've got just the thing for you. I've prepared the from chaos to clarity, the new year, the pre-new year reset workbook. And it's just a mini workbook. It's very baby, and it will just take you 10-15 minutes to fill out. If you want to do that on top of this exercise, I suggest doing this because this is like really, really deep. And then maybe just doing the little mini exercise afterwards, so that you can really get more precisely focused for the new year. So if you want that, just send me a message, DM me clarity, and I will make sure you get that, or leave in the comments clarity. Okay. Thanks for tuning in today and investing in yourself to get to that next level. So remember, you deserve to wake with passion, live with purpose, and sleep with peace.